So we're gonna go for sprint today. I would say it's the 2 last rounds. I'm gonna check. It's not actually, we still have 2 more races, the 13th of July. So we're almost getting to the end though. We'll see what these 2 Grand Prix can offer us today. I'm hoping for really exciting 2 races with these one-shot qualifying and realistic cars. So it should definitely be an interesting race today. So as we wait for our drivers to ready up and start the one-shot qualifying at Abu Dhabi. Ooh, just wait. We're voting on Mike, Boma, Rossi and Twanich now. Okay, Mike. Okay, so we start our one-shot qualifying. Off position changing now. We'll jump with the person in first, who is dented at the moment. He is our current pole sitter in the lap he's done, as he loses pole to the McLaren of Heisenberg right now. So we will see these positions change throughout all this lap, because being one-shot qualifying, the positions just change all the time as Denji just goes first again on the straight. And he locks up. As Heisenberg takes the professional pole again. We'll see how he finishes his lap. In the lap really soft, he's going really soft, unlike that there was never locking up every corner. Now he locks up, but still just moving the car around the corners very gently, trying to get as much traction as he can going out of the corners, having a really soft entry to them, but still attacking the apex. And he goes through the line to be the fastest by 0.8 to Boma in second. That's quite a gap. I have one driver that went out in the mediums, being Ab53 Mo, with the Red Bull, the finishing 13th. Going out in the and we've got Noob Squid and Mike Sands, the tier 5 pairing, being the bottom 2 drivers in the Mercedes. As our first 3 are Heisenberg, Boma and Denja, another tier 5 driver, managing to get his car into 3rd place, but 1.1 seconds away from first. So not a close qualifying. is we're waiting for our drivers to ready up now, and we'll see the start of this race as the 5 red lights will go out after the formation lap, or maybe there is no formation lap, I'm not very aware. Yep, formation lap now, and once this and we see the ideal strategy now shown by Codemasters. It would be a soft to mediums or soft to hards, but I don't think anyone will want to go for the soft to hards, as mediums will always be better. And let's see if AB is still with the mediums or decided to go for the soft. And he as Rossi also goes for the mediums, trying to go for the alternative strategy, going mediums to softs, as Rossi leads the pack in this formation lap. See, these two are going for the inverse strategy. They're going to start on the mediums and finish on the softs, while other drivers are going to start on the softs and end on the mediums. We'll have to see how it works out for them. As we see the strategy again, so it looks like to stop for hard, it's actually stopping a lap later, so following Codemasters. So I don't think anyone will want to go for that strategy. As Rossi is still leading the pack in the formation lap, already in the line. He then just slows down as Heisenberg was getting to the line. And El Truco got disqualified, as Bundes did too. Now see alluPallu on the Haas, 8th place. Qualifying ahead of the Red Bull and the Ferrari of El Truco and Bundes one. Now see Twanat is timid in the other Haas. AB, Rossi, Noob Squid and Mike Sands. So this is gonna start now. As the 5 red lights are on, and away we go. Good start from Heisenberg. That doesn't allow Boma to attack, but Denja has an even better start and challenges for first place into the first corner. Round the outside he goes. He has to take a bit of the wide line, and Heisenberg manages to defend that first place. As Denja and Boma are now fighting for second place. As Luke has dropped a big amount of position, starting in 4th and now running in 10th. You see, Noob Squid overtook AB53 Mo. Not a good start for him. And Mike Sand is very far behind. You see, Luke already got a penalty. A 3-second time penalty for track limits. And there's the move sizing up between Moyot and Twanat. This move tried to overtake the Haas, but he couldn't get the move done. As alluPallu has also dropped a lot of positions during the start, now running in 11th, and he's looking to attack the racing point of Lubus. As Erminator gets the 3-second time penalty, cutting the corner, and Boma loses it and goes into the wall, now dropping to 12th. Now Twanat's very close to that. Goes to Williams. We see Denja had a bit of a moment there. as it looks like Hasenberg has split it. He is indeed pitting. No, only Terminator and Boma. What happened to Hasenberg? Oh, my game was just lagging. This was the Terminator and Boma pitted for the mediums, so they're trying to go to the end on those mediums. It's totally an available choice. They will get there fine. As we see Twanats now trying to size up the move on the Williams of Swetherman. As Rossi is now all over the back of alluPallu, as he's got no ERS left now. And we see Wilkt going for a move on Bundes 1 on his AlphaTauri, and the AlphaTauri overtakes the Mercedes. What a nice move, very clean. Swanson still pressurizing the Williams, but he's not close enough to make the overtake. So you now see the pack. This train led by the Williams of Swetherman. It's the fight for third. And they don't have Denja that far away, so it could also turn into a fight for second. But it all depends if they manage to. Always, Mike has to retire from the Grand Prix, as it looks like he crashed against the wall. And we've got the DRS train here, led by the Williams still. He's not going to be able to make the move on this straight. It doesn't look like it, but he's surely going to get close enough to make it on the other side. And he nearly goes into his gearbox on the braking zone, braking much later than the Williams. That was. Now he's doing a bit of ERS to make the distance shorter. Now Rossi and alluPallu are also joining the party, as Wilt goes into the back of Twanat and loses a bit of front wing. It also looks like Noob Squid and AB53 Mo may be able to join the party here. As Emu Tweet goes wide and he makes contact with El Truco, and El Truco nearly loses the car as alluPallu has to take passive maneuvers to overtake the Red Bull. As Milked goes to the pits now on the AlphaTauri, as this has spread the pack a little bit. It is now Twanat having DRS on Williams and Bundes 1 having DRS on Twanat, but very small margin. Now Luke is out of ERS to Bundes 1, so that gives Rossi the opening to make the overtake on the straight. He pulls out and then goes back in. El Truco now trying to overtake alluPallu. El Truco being in the Red Bull, so clearly being a better car. El Truco gets the move done. And Rossi is now making the move on Luke Bills. Down the chicane, on the outside he goes. Late braking on the inside for the next one, and he's got the move done. Very nice, very clean, amazing driving. As Luke Bills has a moment now, and that allows El Truco to take a look down his outside on that corner. He's not gonna stick the car in there though, as he's now right on his gearbox, almost pushing him through the corners. As it looks like Luke Bruce goes to the pits now, with only 3 lap hold softs. Oh, 4 lap hold softs. But that's very early to pit. Because softs are still in good condition. Snuff Squid now has catched up to alluPallu in the Mercedes. Snuff Squid with his Mercedes having the pace advantage over alluPallu. Is he going to be able to make the move? He's not close enough. See, Twanet's now still battling for that 3rd place with the Williams, but still not being able to get there. As Noobsquid is really close. It's really close behind alluPallu, but he's not going to be close enough as El Truco overtakes Rossi now with the DRS. What a great battle. What great overtaking we're seeing in this race. As Bundes 1 is now as close as ever to Twanat. And Twanat is still behind that Williams. He's not being able to overtake the Williams with his Haas. As now Milked overtakes Boma around the outside of the chicken, now the inside. And he gets the move done. Amazing. Now Noobsquid's still pressurizing alluPallu as alluPallu jumps into the pits to change those softs, as Noobsquid still stays out. Denja also went for the softs, him being in 2nd place. We'll see what position he's in after the pit stops. As Bundes 1 now has DRS over the hands of Twanat that does no longer, and they collide. They touched. They touched. It looked like Twanat brake checked Bundes 1, but we'll for sure see that in the stored submissions, and we'll know what happened. Now Milked is overtaking Luke Bills that already pitted for his medium tires. He's going for the move around the outside, and he overtakes before the braking zone. But now Luke Booth is gonna be looking to get the place back from that AlphaTauri, but he's not gonna be able to. Now Rossi and Bundes 1 get both penalties as they're in a battle themselves, as Rossi's all over the back of Bundes 1. This Ferrari driver, being Bundes 1, having front wing damage as he jumps into the pits now to change that front wing on those soft tires. As Rossi just keeps going on his crusade to get good amount of points here with the alternative strategy. No. Then just still being behind Heisenberg after the pits. Nothing really changed. But has it not? Yep, it has not. As El Truco is not able to undercut. No, as El Truco is not able to be ahead of Swethman. And Twanat has lost a few positions as Milked performed an amazing undercut. A lot of people in DRS now being disappointed for 5th, going from 5th to 10th, as alluPallu is now looking to join the party. And close behind, Terminator follows in the AlphaTauri. Time is now as close as ever to the AlphaTauri. But the AlphaTauri seems to have a little bit more pace to the third sector, even though Tronit has the fresher tires. Oh, as then to get the 3-second time penalty now. These could really help the Williams of Swethenman to get in the podium, to get into second place, but he's too far behind as of it's now. So he'll have to start pushing if he wants that second place to be his. Now, Nufskud is really close to Rossi. And he even might be able to make the move in these straight. Oh, or maybe not, because he's just lost everything. As Bundeswan is looking to overtake Nufskud now. Is he going to be able to? He's not going to be able to. Nufskud had DRS to defend with, but he's not going to have it now. As Bundeswan gets a better exit. DRS wide open. He's got this system using a little bit of his DRS, taking a look down the inside, but he doesn't put the car in there. And still follows Nufskud. Apmo has DNF'd. And he just touched the wall, it seems. It could have been while fighting danger. I'm sorry I missed that. As Bundeswan overtook Nufskud, while madness for the Red Bulls was going on as one of their drivers DNF'd. Rossi now came out in 11th on the soft tires. We'll see what he can do on those softer compound of tires, and see if he can get some good points. Now El Truco really close behind the Williams of Swethenman, guarding that P3 last podium position he has been holding on to for most of the Grand Prix. But is he gonna lose it now to El Truco? Or maybe Milt, who's coming close behind with the AlphaTauri. They're really close to Milt just goes wide now. And he already had a penalty. El Truco following Swethenman close behind. Is he gonna be able to make the move though? Moved now really close to El Truco. Close than what El Truco is to the Williams. But he's not gonna be able to make the move in the near future, as El Truco will still have DRS to the Williams driver. And until that DRS isn't broken, Milt won't have the opening for the overtake on El Truco. And Luke Booth now overtakes the Haas of Twanat, going down the inside of the hairpin. And Twanat has nothing to do against that racing point. And Luke Booth just gets the position back. But Twanat is looking to get the position back with DRS now, using all of his DRS, draining that battery through to the last drip of DRS. As the Truco and Milt fight now. Milt goes a little bit wet after they bang wheels. Antoinette is able to maintain his position against Luke Booth. A lot of action going on in that chicane throughout all the race. It looks like it's the favorite place for our drivers to make the moves in. We see Bowman now joining the fight for 6th, where Luke Booz and Tonante were having a brawl a few corners ago. Zultuko has lost DRS to the Williams driver of Swethenman in 3rd now. And Mulkt is there in 5th place with DRS to Ultruco, and he's surely gonna try and overtake him. Now he's really close, using ERS on the exit. DRS wide open. He's really close, but is he gonna be able to make the move? He is, he opens. He goes for the outside and overtakes before the braking zone. As Tonante now, defense from Boma after Luke Booz overtook him. He's gonna look to get his position back again, like he did last time, draining all his battery, not leaving a single drip of ERS there. As he's gonna try and move through the outside, he can't, they touch. But Luke Booz maintains P6, and now he does get the move done. As Bundeswan is now really close to Terminator. He might be able to make the move in the next DRS zone. As we see Heisenberg pulled a big gap to Danger of 10 seconds. So Heisenberg has, unless he makes a big mistake in DNFs, he has this race in the bag. As Schwefman now is following 3rd. Mulkt now after overtaking El Truco, really close to Schwefman. Is he gonna make the move on the straight? He could, using ERS on the exit to get that little extra acceleration. DRS wide open. Schwefman having way more ERS than Mulkt does, but Mulkt still gonna stick the car around the outside. They bang wheels. Mulkt has the inside out. They touch again. Mulkt nearly loses the back end, as the Williams driver Schwefman wasn't willing to give any extra inches to the AlphaTauri driver. And something happened to Terminator, I missed, but he doesn't have any front wing damage, so he must have spun. As Rossi is now making his way up, and he's already into 9th after overtaking alluPallu. Mulkt now, again, he's gonna try it again on the Williams driver. He's much closer than he was before now. Is he gonna be able to maintain these gap until he gets to the DRS zone? If he does, he's gonna be a lot closer than he was, and he's gonna be able to get the move done. Getting close now. Going through one corner, going through the other. They're now. He's gonna be 0.3 behind. 0.4 now. 0.5. The extra ERS Schwefman has is really helping him on the acceleration side. But Mulkt is gonna try round the outside once again, but not gonna stick the car in there for the inside. He learned that's not gonna work on the Williams driver. As Mulkt now tried to have a look down the inside, but the Williams driver of Schwefman was having none of it and just closes the door on him, and still manages to maintain that P3. Rossi now going for the move. He can't, as Boma defends really well against him. But Boma being on the 10 lap hold mediums, his mediums are a bit. His mediums are suffering from tire wear, it might appear. As Milt goes for the move on the Williams driver of Swethman now onto the first corner. Swethman loses a lot of time, and El Truco is now really close behind. Is he going to be able to pick up the pieces and overtake Swethman too? So El Truco is now very close behind. Using ERS for the acceleration, Swethman is also El Truco. They all to have DRS. Swethman now. Is he gonna be able to get the Alpha Tower driver back? He's not gonna be able to. Bowman now really close to Twanat, who's being pressurized. And Lubius, after overtaking Twanat, didn't manage to pull away. As Swethman now gained P3 back from the Alpha Tower of Muilt. What an amazing battle by these two. As we've got Heisenberg crossing the line in first. Stenja follows him behind in second. And we'll see the fight for third. When it's coming to the line, and it's gonna be Swethman, El Truco jumping up to fourth after Mulk's penalty, Lubius into sixth, Twanat into sixth, as Lubius drops to ninth because of penalties, as alluPallu jumps up to seventh, and Boma falls down to eighth, as Rossi falls down to 11th due to penalties too. As we're waiting for Aero to cross the line now, we have Heisenberg in first, Denja second, Swethman third, El Truco fourth, Mulk fifth, Twanat sixth, alluPallu seventh, Boma eighth, Lubius ninth, 10th Nufsquid, 11th Rossi, 12th Bundes 1, and 13th Arminator, who has had a nightmare of a race, it would seem. As he will finish 55 seconds behind P12 of Bundes 1. And then we have AB53 Mo who DNF'd and Mike Sands who DNF'd too. So we'll be moving on now to our second race of today, Japan, where drivers like Erminator that didn't have a good race today will be able to show what they are actually capable of. So here we have our result. Heisenberg finished in first, Dent in second, Swethman in the Williams in third after having a thrilling battle during all the Grand Prix to maintain that third place. El Truco fourth, Milked fifth, Twanat in sixth, alluPallu seventh, Boma eighth, Lubius ninth, Noobsquid 10th, Rossi 11th, Bundes 1 12th, Erminator 13th, AB53 Mo 14th, and Mike Sands 15th. Rossi being really held back by penalties, as he had 9 seconds at the end that really set him back. That really made his result worse, as Lubius had 6 seconds of penalties, which also made his result worse, going from 6th to 9th, and Boma going from 7th to 8th. So we're just waiting now to go into Japan. So we'll just hang there while we wait for the second race to start. Okay, so we're going for Japan now. As our drivers ready up for the second race of today. As Heisenberg switched from the McLaren to the Renault, he might have chosen the wrong car before, but that McLaren really worked miracles for him, as he got a really easy P1 with fastest lap and a big difference to P2 who was Danger. That he also had a lofty P2 with a big gap to P3. That was the Williams of Swethman, who had to fight for that P3 for the whole race. We'll see how the second race of today goes, but I will say that Heisenberg will take the second race home again, even though the McLaren has better performance than the Renault, but we'll see how it goes for him. Because we're going for the second qualifying of today. Being this one in Japan. Denji taking an early P1 again. Is he going to be able to maintain it this time? He just falls down really quickly. If we take a look at the Renaults, who are the top 2 drivers right now on this track, as Heisenberg just gets provisional pole and gets the fastest first sector. As the 2 Racing Points are having a nightmare of a qualifying, being 13th and 15th. Hattenberg now is rounding the corner. Let's see what second place is. Second place is following him quite close behind. And Heisenberg does a better lap time now, but Heisenberg is gonna have provisional pole, as he's got first and second sector purple. Boma would have to pull off a miracle in the third sector, and he doesn't, as he's overtaken by El Truco, who gets second place. alluPallu 4th, Swiftman 5th, Twanet 6th, Lugbo 7th, AB53, Mo in 8th, Bundeswan in 9th, Rossi in 10th, Mike Sands in 11th, Noob Squid in 12th, Erminator, Mooked, and Denja, who got disqualified, are bottom 3. But and I didn't get to see what happened to Noob Squid and why he was taking so long. So our qualifying results are Heisenberg, El Truco, Boma, alluPallu, Swiftman, Twanat, Lupus, AP53 Mo, Bundeswan, Rossi, Mike Sands, Noob Squid, Erminator, Mooked, and Dante, who all 3 got disqualified. So not the better of qualifying for them. And we start the formation lap. We're gonna have surely an exciting race at Japan, like we did at Abu Dhabi, with battles involving a lot of drivers. And Tuco and Heisenberg are storming away from the pack as Boma is skipping them slow, so those 2 can run as much as they want, and they'll have cold tires for the start. See, the ideal strategy would be medium to soft and or medium to hard truth. He's telling us all of our drivers starting in mediums. It's not all of them are, but we're looking at the drivers of mediums. That's why they told us the ideal strategy for the mediums. El Truco and Heisenberg already in the line. Boma still having to do the chicane. alluPallu much further behind. Playing the cold tires game here. As Rossi and Nusku get disqualified now. And everyone is lining up in the grid. You got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. They are off and away we go. Great start from Heisenberg, who manages to get P1 and AB. Oh, Carnage at the back. As Terminator, Dante and New Squid had massive contact there at the start. It also involved AB. Now Rossi going wide, Milked taking the advantage to get the overtake done. As Boma now goes really close behind alluPallu. Surely looking to make the overtake and gain his 3rd place back. The strategy for the subs is the same as in Abu Dhabi. Is it the 25% race? And there's not much mystery for the strategies. Snoop Quid has left the session as he DNF'd before getting to the first corner. Now Boma really close behind alluPallu. He's gonna go for the move on the hairpin. On the outside he goes. He's not gonna be able to make the move here yet. alluPallu soft really helping him defend from Boma now, but Boma is closer. Boma sells behind alluPallu now. As Rossi overtakes Mike now. We have a lot of drivers, but as Mike has DNF'd from the race. Let's see if from AB53 most camera we can see what happened to Mike. We've got Lupus going through here. As Mike just went into the wall, lost it and went to the wall. So we saw yellow flags as Terminator retired from the race in the pits. Boma now closest ever to alluPallu. Putting a lot of pressure on him. Going for the outside again, not gonna work. If he wants to get the move done there, he has to stick his car on the inside. But he's gonna have DRS now, or maybe my game is just, yeah, I think my game is broken. He's not gonna have DRS. He's not using any ERS to attack. So he's just settling behind and waiting for ERS to come and be able and help him make the overtake. As Bowman now goes for the move on alluPallu. No waiting for DRS. As Rossi DNFs from the Grand Prix. Let's see what happened to him. And it looks like he lost the car and went into the wall. Now alluPallu really close behind Boma. alluPallu is maybe gonna try and get the position back, but it's gonna be hard as Boma is on the Renault. Clearly a superior car. Yeah, alluPallu does not have the pace or the car to keep the distance with Boma and be able to attack with DRS. As we look further back, we see Bundeswan, Toinat and Swethman fighting it out. We saw these fight for a lot of laps in Abu Dhabi too. Those two were fighting it out until Bundeswan and Toinat got damn and until Bundeswan and Toinat got damaged and they had to go into the pits. And then moved and El Truco started fighting with Swethman. Now Bundeswan really pushing to be able to attack Toinat, as Toinat is losing the DRS range to the Williams driver of Swethman, as Denti has retired in the pits. As we've got Toinat and moved going to the pits now, Bundeswan keeps it out and with DRS manages to get close to the Williams driver of Swethman. We're having a spread back right here. No DRS range attacks right now, they're gonna happen, but Bundeswan looks to have the pace to put his car into the DRS zone of Swethman, or at least he did until he had that little moment in the left-hander that made his rear end step out. And he's lost DRS to Swethman now. He's lost the possibility to be in his DRS range in this lap. As Swethman is approaching alluPallu now. And might be able to put his car into his DRS zone. As there he goes, using ERS, trying to put his car into the DRS zone before the DRS detection zone. So you can have DRS, but is he gonna be able to? 1.3, 0.3 away from DRS, and he's not gonna be into, and he's not gonna have DRS. As alluPallu doesn't go for the pitch, Swethman does, Bundeswan does, and alluPallu the only soft runner right now that hasn't pitted yet. As alluPallu he's doing the same he did in Abu Dhabi, staying a little bit longer than the other soft runners, but in Abu Dhabi it didn't work out that good for him. So we'll see how this one works for him in starting terms. This Bundeswan is already in the DRS zone of Toinat again, and Toinat is catching up to Swethman now. So these three are gonna fight it out throughout all the race. As Bundeswan is now trying to get into the DRS zone. As we have some comments, I'm gonna read now. Hola, hello, audio. You got the game on too? Maybe. Yeah, I'm following it. Not actually watching it, but I'm following it through the FIFA app. When the race finishes, I'm gonna hop on and watch it. The last minute of it. As we see Heisenberg and alluPallu going to the pits now. Now bonus one, not losing DRS to Tronat, but he's still gonna have it, opening it up. As alluPallu comes out in P4, but Swiftman is really close to him. And these can be dangerous, as Swiftman can make the move, and we saw in Abu Dhabi he does have the pace to maintain a battle. As Swiftman now is not in the DRS zone of alluPallu, so alluPallu is going to be able to maintain that P4 if he's able to maintain that pace, as he's pulling away from Swiftman. But this one now really close to Tronat. These could be a possible overtake into turn 1. Being really close behind them, both of them having the same amount of DRS more or less. But this one now really close, not using his DRS, a little bit of it now opening up DRS. Tronat's not using any of his DRS, but Bundeswan with DRS is gonna make the move, as Tronat didn't use his DRS. Bundeswan moves up into 6th place. And we'll see if he's able to catch up to the Williams or Swiftman, or he's gonna have to settle for that P6 for the rest of the race. Now Boma has catched up to El Truco, and he might be looking to size up a move into turn 1 with DRS. For 2nd place, using a bit of ERS for the acceleration out of the corner, having a lot more ERS than El Truco does. El Truco having only 8% and Boma having 54%. As Boma now is going for it, as a Red Bull has occasioned yellow flag in the 2nd sector. Well, El Truco and Boma fight. It was AB53 Mo. He might have spun. But we're now focusing on the fight for 2nd place. It's moved over to Tronat. Moved being on the soft and Tronat being on the mediums, and Tronat having a difficult 2nd part of the race. Now Boma really close behind El Truco. Boma being on the softs and El Truco being on the mediums. Boma clearly has the tire advantage, but is he going to be able to capitalize on it and make the move? As he's going for the inside now into this flat out left-hander and right-hander, I mean, and he gets it done. He gets it done through the 2nd sector. What an amazing move. What an amazing move. Definitely the best one I've seen tonight. Now Muikt on the soft, really close to Bundeswan. Is he going to be able to make the move? As he goes a little bit wide now, but Bundeswan has a penalty, so he doesn't really need to make the move. As Bundeswan has 3 seconds of penalties, but I'm sure Milked wants something more than 6th place, and he's just gotta get the move done and move on to and try and overtake the Williams driver. As he's making the move done, first opportunity, he gets it and overtakes the Ferrari of Bundeswan. He's now setting his target onto Schwethmann. El Truco being able to maintain his car into the DRS zone of Boma, but he's not going to be able to re-overtake him unless Boma stars really fall off at the end of the Grand Prix. So El Truco should just keep his car into the DRS zone just in case Boma stars don't get to the end. But Boma has a lot more VRS, so it's going to be hard for him to maintain his car in the DRS zone. Bundeswan now going for it into the trying to maintain his car into the DR zone of Miltwick 2. the ideal strategy for Bundeswan would be the same for El Truco, just skip it in there and just hope his tires fall off at the end. As Milt got 3 seconds of penalties now too, so it's all about who finishes ahead of each other between those two. Now he's almost in no man's land right now, and we jump into Milk's car already in the DRS zone of the Williams driver of Schwethmann, and he's gonna be looking to make the move on him as alluPallu is only 1.6 away from the Williams driver. So if Milk can get the move done in this lap, he could go for alluPallu on the next lap. But we'll see how it works out for him. Oh, as Milk went for a late dive on Schwethmann, and they touched, and Milk narrowly spun the car, but he managed to keep it together and still maintain the gap onto Schwethmann and be into the DRS zone. Milk will surely be frustrated by that attempt, but that failed the attempt of the overtake as we're on lap 12 of 13, so Milk doesn't have a lot of laps to get the move done. Smoked is now close behind two Schwethmann. Milk now with DRS open, joining all of his DRS. Schwethmann doing the same. Milk now not gonna go for the dive again, as he saw it didn't work out the first time, and he doesn't want his race ended by trying to make a move. Milk now really close behind. This is gonna be a battle to the line for the win here. I mean for the win for 5th place. I'm sorry. I got a little bit too excited over this battle. Moog now. Still 0.2 behind. 0.3. He's there. He's in. Oh, and he takes a look down the inside of the hairpin, but he doesn't have the enough grip to actually get the car in there and get the move done. As we now see Heisenberg going through the last few corners. To win. Now, the lap car of AB53 Mo is going to cross the line in 10th. Boma in 3rd. El Truco 3rd. As we see Mick now going for a move down the inside on the last corners, on the last lap of the Grand Prix, but Mick has the penalty, so he's not going to be able to keep that P5. As Swethman is going to get it. Now Bunzwan 7th, Twilight 8th, and Luke Bills in 9th, who's gonna take a little while to get to the line. Luke Bills now crosses the line. In P9 to end this Japanese Grand Prix and end tonight's Sprint League racing. As Moog gets driver of the day. We have our podium 1-2 for the Renault drivers and the Red Bull of El Truco in 3rd. Heisenberg claiming 52 points here today. That will be really important for the championship, I'm sure. Just showing amazing pace and amazing consistency. He managed to get both wins. As here we have our final results for the second race. Heisenberg in 1st, Boma 2nd, El Truco 3rd, alluPallu in 4th, Swethman in 5th, Moog in 6th, Bundes 1 in 7th, Twanat in 8th, Lupus in 9th, AB53 Mo in 10th, and we have the DNF drivers now, with them being Denji in 11th, Ross in 12th, Max in 13th, Hermit in 14th, and Nuskud in 15th, the DNF in the first lap of the Grand Prix. After the crash and the start, and Terminator that DNF'd on the pit lane before crossing the line, so that's why those two don't have a time on them. So this was the end of tonight's Sprint League racing. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I'll see you next